we have to show some fire for Game 7. It's a great opportunity for us at home in front of our fans to, again, try to win a championship. So we're going to need some emotion and some grit and toughness for that game. I had some stuff I wanted to get off my chest tonight after the way the game went, and that was it.
The Warriors are trying to avoid becoming the first team to blow a 3-1 series lead in the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers become just the third team to force a Game 7 when down 3-1 in the final. Stephen A., who wins on Sunday?
Believe it or not, after everything that I've said, I'm not wavering from my pick. I picked the Golden State Warriors in 7 games. I'm going down with the ship. Prior to the series, I said 2 things. I believe the Golden State Warriors are the better team, and I think that they will win this in 7 games. But I hope that I'm wrong, because I really don't want a 5th NBA Finals loss on the resume of LeBron James. And as we sit here today, on the cusp of a Game 7, I feel exactly the same way. I got a lot of love for Steph Curry. He's a beautiful person, a great player, the greatest shooter that I've ever seen. I got a lot of respect for all of them brothers over there in Golden State, and I believe if healthy, meaning Andre Iguodala being healthy, because I reserve the right, Skip, to change my mind if Andre Iguodala can't play. To have Bogut and Iguodala out, I don't see them beating Cleveland, but I'm assuming that Andre Iguodala will be well enough by Sunday to play. I would say to you, having said all of that, sticking with my prediction, look, I don't want LeBron to lose. I don't root against him. I'm rooting for him. And he's been absolutely spectacular over the last 2 games. But on their home court, in the Oracle, this notion, and Cleveland's fans were absolutely sensational. They were awesome. But I don't know when's the last time you've been at the Oracle, Skip. That place is going to be rocking. And Golden State, I think, is going to feed off of that. And I can't imagine that Harrison Barnes is going to be the no-show that he has been. And I think at some point in time, the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to have to find themselves defending all 5 guys on the floor as opposed to 4, because Harrison Barnes is a 0 factor. I think that ultimately that, combined with the fact that Steph Curry, as I told you yesterday, not Game 6, but Game 7 is the game that I think that Steph Curry will explode. I believe that. I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier, Skip. LeBron James is sitting there, and we showed the footage of him just turning around and talking smack to Steph. I saw Steph Curry talking a little bit of smack back, and then when he got ejected and he was walking off the court, he turned around and he pointed at LeBron. And it seemed to me like he was saying, "I'll see you Sunday." I'm not quoting him because I don't know, but it just seemed to be that kind of body language. And then I saw Steph Curry after the game. He looked as cool and as ice cold as they come when it comes to somebody being in this moment, along with the pressure that comes with it. He doesn't seem fazed. He seems focused. He seems ready. And I suspect that come Sunday night at the Oracle in Oakland, California, that Steph Curry is going to make his presence felt emphatically. And Cleveland is going to have an answer for that. Him and Clay. Because I don't know if anybody's noticed, Clay tends to show up in big games as well. It doesn't get any bigger than Game 7 of the NBA Finals. I think they will respond, and we will see what happens. It will take another Herculean performance by LeBron James to win this game. I suspect, however, that Steph Curry and them are going to have something to say about it. I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm not jumping ship. I'll go down with it. I picked the Warriors in 7, and I'm going to stay right where I'm at.
I must admit, I'm almost as shocked by your prediction as I was by Golden State not showing up from the tip-off last night, because after our A block of this show, you were so excited about what you saw from LeBron and the Cavaliers. Kyrie had 20 at halftime, and we both agreed it looked like Golden State has no more answers. I don't think they have any answer for Kyrie as well as LeBron, so that's double trouble. Even going back home, where obviously they just lost to this team badly, So I'm surprised. Are you just doing it on pride, or just sticking with your pick because that's what you picked, or?
Well, primarily so, but I just believe that at the Oracle, I don't see them losing twice, just like I didn't see Cleveland losing back-to-back home games. I don't see Golden State losing back-to-back home games. But I reserve the right to change my pick if we find out that Iguodala can't play, because I don't believe they win Game 7 without Iguodala.
And by the way, I haven't heard much about it, but Kyrie appeared to hurt his foot. He kept playing on it, but so I don't know that there's any cause for alarm here. But, hey, if Kyrie's hobbled, that's a whole other issue that you'd have to deal with. But Iguodala has had back issues before, but they've been back spasm issues. If we find out he's got a herniated disc or something really bad, well then, yeah, I'm with you. All bets are off. Because Andrew Bogut ain't walking through that door, I don't think, unless he has a miraculous recovery.
He's out 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, you got it. Before I make my pick, may I also point out to you, this has been the least competitive series going to 7 games, to me, in the history of sports. And it's been great to watch. But you realize each team has won 3 games by an average of almost 20 points a game. Think about that. So we've seen 6 games. One team's won by an average of 20 for 3, and the other team's won by an average of 20 for 3. It's 19.7 if you want to be particular about it. But I don't remember anything like this ever happening. Do you remember anything where night after night, one team gets embarrassed and humiliated and basically run off the floor by the end of the game? And you say, wow, what happened to them? Did they not, where are they? Where were they tonight? We said it about LeBron in Game 4. I said it about Golden State last night. Yet it's been riveting because I keep picking close scores of the games, and there's not a close score. There hasn't been one game there's only been one lead change in a fourth quarter, and that was, remember, in Game 4, LeBron had that offensive rebound put-back dunk that gave to go. And then it flipped and went 15-3 run for Golden State, and that game was over. That's the only lead change in any of 6 fourth quarters. Well, you and I have covered thousands, it feels like, playoff series, certainly finals, and you're going to have some close games. You're going to have some great fourth quarters, yet the basketball has been compelling, riveting to watch because it's so shocking how the pendulum swings back and forth between the two teams, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, my bottom line is, if I had not picked Golden State in 7 before the series started, I got to tell you the truth, I'd pick LeBron to win Game 7. I don't have any evidence he shouldn't win Game 7. I'm looking at a Cleveland team that has completely seized the momentum. And I'm looking at a Golden State team that has fallen victim to injuries, overconfidence, a team that has lost its edge, and I think it's lost its way. I didn't see any signs of life from Golden State last night. And again, as I said earlier, this is the team that was talking about we're better than Michael Jordan's Bulls and Magic's Lakers. And that team that showed up or didn't show up in the first quarter last night, 31-11, it didn't look like it belonged on the same floor or even in the same league with the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first quarter last night. Man, it just looks like they're not sure of themselves anymore, and I raised this issue with you. While LeBron came into the finals having played the fewest playoff minutes in his career, so by his standard, 18 seasons, I think LeBron came in with a pretty full tank, pretty fresh, as playoffs have gone for LeBron James. They really didn't get stressed or pushed in the first 3 rounds, obviously in the East. So mentally, physically, pretty fresh. Meanwhile, Golden State must feel like it's been in the playoffs since about a month was left in the regular season, right? Didn't they play a series of playoff games, in effect, to break the 72-game record, right? Don't you think that took a lot out of them? We talked about, should you prioritize night after grueling night, trying to win games to get to 73, or should you take your foot off the gas and try to save yourself for a potential NBA Finals. Is it possible they just hit the wall? Golden State, they ran out of gas.
Well, you could say that particularly with the injuries, but I don't think Bogut's injury had anything to do with to some degree.
Maybe.
So it is what it is. The point is this. I don't give a damn about that right now. It means nothing to me. This is Game 7. I don't want to hear any excuses. I'm not even
to overcome a LeBron and a Kyrie who look virtually unstoppable. I'm with you. I'm to my bottom line now. I can't, my pride makes me hang on to my pick. I just don't love it. We talked about confidence level, you know, scale of 1 to 10. I was like an 8 last night. I'm about a 1 right now in my pick, but I did pick Golden State in 7, so I'll go with it. I would love to see one close game, and if Golden State's going to win, I think it's going to be a close game, 110 Golden State, but I don't trust that either.
I don't trust anything about my pick with Golden State, but I do believe in Steph Curry. I do believe he will show up, but I also believe in LeBron James, and I think he's going to show up as well. I think those two will negate one another. I think Tristan Thompson and Kyrie Irving will negate one another. I think this is going to come down to 2 things. Whether or not Andre Iguodala is available, because if he's not available, Golden State will lose. Number 2, the role players. Somebody's got to offset what Tristan Thompson is bringing, what J.R. Smith could potentially bring or whatever. Somebody has to offset that. And it's going to have to be a combination of Harrison Barnes, the Sean Livingston. Sean Livingston, by the way, wasn't that damn impressive himself. I expected more from him, too. He only shot 1 of 6 in 21 minutes.
I agree.
This is after scoring 20 points in Game 1. Yep. Sean Livingston should be playing better. I would put Barbosa in and give him more minutes, Skip, because he's hitting shots. When he gets to the game, he hit 4 or 6 shots last night. I would put Barbosa in. I'd give him some minutes if Harrison Barnes isn't doing it for me. Sean Livingston's got to step up. I think Golden State has a shot at winning this one, but King James is going to have a lot to say about it.
All right, sticking with their picks, but not a ton of confidence there. Through 6 games, each team has scored exactly 610 points. Pretty crazy. We want to hear from you guys. Who do you have winning in Game 7? Go to our First Take Twitter page, share those results, and we'll get into them in just a little bit. Up next, we have a guy who's definitely going to be trying to get into some Game 7s, one of the top prospects in the